Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a game that has faced a lot of backlash and it hasn't even released, primarily because of its live service model and just the mediocre looking gameplay. But now, a ton about the game has leaked and it reveals a return of a dead villain and the disrespectful end to Kevin Conroy's final outing as Batman. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So I wanted to start off with this Bounding into Comics article, and it's going to be what I'm primarily referencing. It says its position as the follow-up to the developer's widely lauded Arkham trilogy, a tired gear system, uninspiring open world gameplay, and a cast that reeks of multimedia synergy. Now, this is a game that I have been mildly excited for just because it seemed like the initial teasers that we got for it looked pretty cool, but over the past few months, as we've gotten closer to release, things have just not been looking the way I think everybody expected them. Of course, this game was delayed twice, and they were not short delays. It has been delayed in totality by a year and a half, so it just seemed like they weren't exactly sure what they were doing because they tried to respond to backlash over the, live service elements and the uninspired open world gameplay, but they haven't really done that much to change it from what we've seen, but it says there are no shortage of reasons why players have found themselves disinterested in the upcoming game, and thanks to a recent leak, they can now add the reversal of a villain's attempted redemption and an absolutely disrespectful conclusion to voice actor Kevin Conroy's last performance. This was the primary reason why I wanted to play it, because it is Kevin Conroy's last performance as the Dark Knight. He has done such a fantastic job in his career, and it is so sad that this is going to be the last performance, especially seeing as most people are not happy with what has been leaked. Now, keep in mind, these are leaks. As I always say, take them with a grain of salt, even though we have seen footage. But this is your spoiler warning. It says in the now deleted post, it was revealed that despite having crumbled to dust after sacrificing herself to neutralize the villain's gassing of Gotham with Scarecrow's fear toxin in the previous Arkham Knight, the red-headed Poison Ivy would be one of the many DC characters set to make an appearance in Kill the Justice League. So they have completely thrown away her big, story and ultimate sacrifice, because rather than appearing as a full-grown adult, she will now appear as a young child, ostensibly the result of her regrowing her own body, a la the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Baby Groot. Now, this has actually happened in Gotham, the TV show. This is what they did with Ivy because they had to recast the older Ivy actress. So they decided to recast her as a young child, and then they ended up casting another adult to play her shortly after. It was kind of a mess when it came to the Gotham show. That show was absolutely fantastic, but it's not like they haven't done this with Ivy before. I personally was not a fan of that storyline in Gotham. Maybe this one will be better, but it doesn't seem like this is the only problem with the game, because ostensibly occurring immediately following the team's defeat of the Brainiac-possessed Caped Crusader, the audio leak opens with the hero, as voiced by Conroy, taunting his captors, "You're gonna die screaming," at Superman's feet, and in turn, Harley sarcastically questions what's up with his feet, before Deadshot interjects, "I don't know, man, we're 2 for 2 on killing your boy so far. Ha, loved mixing work with pleasure," exclaims Captain Boomerang. And then, taking in their cockiness, Batman proceeds to further mock the Suicide Squad, shouting, "You think you're a team now? You're herd animals, dependent on someone else to survive." Of course, again, Justice League is evil in this. That's the whole point of the game, don't get me wrong, but I'm not feeling what we're seeing so far. And of course, following this appraisal of his shortcomings as a villain, Harley shifts to speaking to Batman's career in the past tense, telling him, "You've had a good run, Brucey, flying around Gotham, punching bad guys, cleaning up the streets, causing long term mental and emotional damage to everyone you knew. It's our turn now." And the Dark Knight shoots back with, "Are we done with your bad stand up routine?" And Harley confirms, "Almost, but you always gotta end on your best joke." And then, with a singular gunshot to the head, that the legendary voice actor's final performance as his most iconic role comes to an end. So they have decided to ultimately make Harley kind of the lead in this game. She's leading the Suicide Squad. She is kind of the lead in this game in general, from what we understand. And do not get me wrong, I absolutely love Harley Quinn as a character, but this version of her does not look appealing. I do not, find the voice actress to be maybe the best choice for Harley, at least given what we have seen in the teasers and the trailers. And I kind of just don't want Harley being the lead. I think a lot of people would agree that while she, yes, was a very important part of the Arkham trilogy, and this is technically a continuation of that universe, it just doesn't really fit in with those other Arkham games. Like, Harley had a full arc in those games. Now they've completely changed her because, of course, Suicide Squad was not a part of those. And instead of her teaming with these characters, maybe like a Poison Ivy, they've just decided to kind of throw her into the Suicide Squad. They don't really, as far as we understand, give much of a backstory since she's already in the Suicide Squad when the game starts. And, well, it just seems like, they decided who's the best choice for the lead female that we can pick, and they went with Harley. And unsurprisingly, after these leaks were made public, they would soon spread like wildfire across social media. But instead of ignoring them, Rocksteady actually addressed their existence, saying that, "We hope everyone can still play the game and feel each moment for themselves." So they have confirmed that these leaks are real. Now, when it comes to, killing off a fan favorite character like Batman and letting the woman do the job, and of course, resurrecting a female character, because female characters can't stay dead anymore, this will come as no surprise when you see who helped write this game. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet Baby Inc. We worked on script writing, the banter, the cutscenes, barks, audio logs, etc. So they worked pretty heavily on this game. So now, after you hear that, you completely understand that this just doesn't happen to be one big coincidence, that where a bunch of developers decided to write this story because they love these characters and are passionate. No, no, no. They sat down and said, "How can we put as many females in this game as possible and make them extremely important? I know, we're going to have Harley be the lead. We're going to have her kill Batman, and that's going to be the end of that." I feel so far, pretty disappointed in this game, not just because of these leaks, but again, the live service model, the uninspiring open world. It doesn't really seem like they made all of the characters very unique either, gameplay wise. They all kind of look like they play almost exactly the same. And yes, there is still a small chance that this game will be good when it finally releases, but after all of the delays, all of the mediocre gameplay, in combination with these leaks and the knowledge that Sweet Baby Inc. helped with the writing for this title, I just really don't have a lot of hype for it anymore. I was initially pretty excited because it does continue the Arkham universe that I know many of us absolutely love. But yes, these are the leaks. This is the information that we have, and so far, it is not looking good. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.